Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Sean, and today I'm going to be doing a little album review for you guys. I have done these before on my other channel, but they didn't really go that well, so I figured I would try again. I will be doing more of these as time goes along, because I have a crap ton of albums to look at. So I'm going to start it off with this one. So today I am taking a look at, I'll be reviewing Resolution from Lamb of God, their 7th studio album, the follow-up to 2009's Wrath. The album itself is 14 songs, but if you have the bonus edition, it will come out to be 17 with 2 bonus and 1 live track. This album was one of those albums that people were a little skeptical about, because they were in some senses working off of they were trying to match the success of Sacrament, which some to this day believe is their best album, and I'm along with the ride. I think it's one of their better ones. This album definitely is good, but some people would say that, they're going to be competing against Sacrament for the rest of their life, which in some cases is true. So after Sacrament, Wrath was which I'll be looking at pretty much every Lamb of God album later on, just so you're aware. So Wrath being the more stripped down album, I guess they were just going for whatever. People had mixed reactions, obviously, when they announced it. I was super stoked when I heard, I think it was last summer they announced it, or Chris Adler announced that they were going into the studios to start work on it, so that had me excited. And then it was Halloween. Yeah, it was Halloween 2011 when they announced on their Facebook page that they had a new album coming out January 24th, I believe is when the album came out. Yeah, January 24th. And they released the first single on December 5th, which was entitled Ghost Walking, which is a really kick-ass song. The video for it was pretty sweet, I have to admit. The first single was Ghost Walking, and then they released another video shortly after on YouTube, which was it was kind of hard to explain. It was kind of a mashup with a bit of it had the opening bit to the last song, which is called King Me, and then it ended off with the chorus, or a bit of the chorus, of Desolation. So the tracks for this album go as followed. Number 1 was called Straight for the Sun, which is a doom metal song, which really took me by surprise. It's fucking badass as shit. The song itself is only about 2 minutes and 28 seconds long. There's a nice breakdown. Chris Adler does a really sweet breakdown, which flows quite smoothly into Desolation, which is a really sick song. It's going to be one of the favorites off the album for damn sure. Then from Desolation, which is number 2, you go into Ghost Walking, which starts off with a really kick-ass southern acoustic style riff from Mark Morton. Wicked song. The number 4 is called Guilty. Awesome song as well. One of my personal favorites outside of the singles for this album is number 5, which is called The Undertow. Really an amazing chorus on that song. Number 6 is called The Number 6. Go figure. A lot of people were comparing it to Faith No More. I don't have a lot of experience with Faith No More, but a lot of people who were reviewing this album were comparing that song to the band itself. So I can't really say much about it. It's a really good song. It incorporates a really cool little breakdown in the beginning of sorts, I guess. So it's cool. Number 7 is I believe it's the second time. No, it's the third time that they've done a straight instrumental song. The first was on Ashes of the Wake with the song Ashes of the Wake. The second time was when they did The Passing on Wrath, the opening song, and then now with this one, which is number 7, called Barbarossa, which is actually a really good song. I'm not sure if Mark Morton made this song or if Willie Adler made this song. I can't say. I don't know if anyone actually knows. If anyone does know, please let me know. That would be really cool to find out. The next song is called number 8. It's called Invictus. They have some really interesting names on this album for songs. Number 9 is their second pure punk rock song. The first one was on Wrath, was called Contractor, and this one is called Cheated, which has a really badass chorus to it. Number 10 is called Insurrection. Number 11, Terminally Unique. Number 12 is called To the End. Number 13, Visitation. And then the song that everyone had been buzzing about for some time when this album was announced was the fact that they would be doing an orchestra song with like actual string orchestras and what have you on this album, and that's on the number 14 song, which is called King Me. I pre-ordered this album, but I didn't pre-order the right one. I thought I was going to be getting the bonus tracks, but I didn't. But hey, who cares? They're on YouTube, so you can find them one way or the other. So the bonus songs, it says iTunes bonus songs. Number 15 is called Digital Sands, which is it's a good song. I can tell why they left it off the album. It's got its own unique characteristics, but it's not bad. The 16th song is a live version of Vigil from New American Gospel, which they do. They still play a lot of New American Gospel. I've seen on their YouTube videos. And then the 17th song, which is on the Japanese edition of this album, is it's called Bury Me Under the Sun. There seems to be, I noticed, like song-wise, a very it's almost like a southern flavor to this album. Like Bury Me Under the Sun, Digital Sands, Ghost Walking, Desolation, Straight for the Sun, very deserty theme, very southern theme. It has a really borderline, it's got a kind of a raw feeling to it. I will say this much though, Randy Blythe's vocals on this album are fucking phenomenal. He's really stepped it up. I got it would have been the December edition of Metal Hammer magazine when they were talking to the band. This would have been prior to the album being released, obviously. And the one thing I heard, or that I saw the most, was the band was raving about Randy Blythe's sobriety. Like, he hasn't, I think he said in the interview, he's been sober for like a year and a half to 2 years, I think, something like that. And you can definitely tell, because some of these songs, like when he does, like, you have to hear Straight for the Sun just to hear the power behind his voice. It's absolutely unfreaking believable. Same with pretty much every song on this album is top notch. He does some incredible like spoken word on this one too for King Me. What else is there? It's just an all around phenomenal album. For right now, it's definitely up there for me in terms of my favorite albums. I will say this much: I was really in anticipation for this album. So when I downloaded it before it came out, because obviously, like a week before an album comes out, I'm sure that someone out there has already jacked a version of it. Straight for the Sun, the version I downloaded originally didn't have the breakdown in it, and so whenever I buy a new album, I will listen to it from start to finish, every song on it. And when I got the actual album itself, and I listened to it, when I heard the breakdown off Straight for the Sun, I'm like, holy shit! They should definitely give Chris Adler some more. I think on the next album he should have a solo, like just a straight up, just a 3 or 4 minute long, just him going, just fucking ramble on those drums. Because if he could do like the little breakdowns, like 10 or 15 seconds long, I believe, but it's just, oh, it's got some kick to it. I tell you what, it's a fucking sick song, and it goes nicely with the opening of Desolation too. So overall, this album was definitely exceeded my expectations. The one funny thing is I've been going back and forth on YouTube and whatnot, seeing not professional reviews, but people, just fans like me who have listened to this album, who like it. The one thing I have heard a lot, which surprises me, is people are saying that the length of it is a little too long for them. Like, they're not used to, in this day and age, it's unorthodox for any band to put out an album that's this long. The average album length right now, I'm in a ballpark, is anywhere between 8 to 9 songs. And for them to put out 14, and had they included Digital Sands and Barry Man of the Sun, it would have been 16. That's a huge album. And some people were saying that it was a little long. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Which I find is kind of funny, given that it's Lamb of God and they are awesome. I'm a fanboy, what can I say? So overall, this album is definitely going to be memorable. It's not going to be one of those albums that people are going to listen to for 6 months to a year and then forget. People are going to be listening to this motherfucker for a long time, and I definitely will be too. So overall, I'm going to give... What am I going to give Resolution? I'm going to give all these albums that I'm going to be reviewing, I'm going to give them a score out of 10. So I'm going to give Resolution I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think is a good score for it. It's damn good. It's got some surprises. Like, the surprises for me on this album were definitely Straight for the Sun, Cheated, and King Me. Definitely were the big surprises. My favorite tracks outside of the singles are The Undertow for one, Cheated, and I'm gonna say probably Guilty as well. Definitely, for damn sure. Alright guys, so that's my review of Resolution. Oh, and in case you're wondering, this album was produced by Josh Wilbur. The label obviously being Epic and Roadrunner. So yeah, that's my review of it. If you guys want me to, or anyone who does watch this video, if you want me to review any other metal albums, please let me know. So thanks a lot for watching, and see you later.